paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me for all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Dominus Pastor.
Our assembly today marks an anniversary, 40 years of St. John's College and 70 years of St. John's Prep. May it be a year of reflection and celebration. Our slogan this year is solid: our past, our path, and our promise.
Mr. Peter Hickman, in January 1956, opened his doors to 13 boys at St. John's Preparatory School. But even before those boys arrived, Mr. Hickman had something else, a dream. And dreams, especially the important ones, are often something only one person can see at first. With that dream and 13 brave boys and equally brave parents, St. John's Prep began. This morning, in front of you, stand 13 boys, one from each grade and form, grade 1 to upper 6. These boys in front of you represent all that the school began with. There were no brick buildings, no grand facilities, just belief, courage, and purpose. Today, there are over 1,300 of you seated on the field. That is 100 times the size of that first gathering.
I would like to welcome the Board of Governors, Mr. Trincy, the Old Johannians, PLC committees, staff, and boys to our 70th anniversary Jet Assembly.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Under an almost full moon sky, we welcome you to the St. John's Educational Trust 70th Anniversary Tattoo. A very good evening. Right, ladies and gentlemen, now welcome to you this evening from the pipes and drums of this evening's tattoo. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are able to, please stand for the national anthem of the Republic of Zimbabwe. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, the combined pipes and drums of 3 different schools performing for us tonight, thank you for that first of their performances this evening. Well done, pipes and drums. Right, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome you all here this evening, I'd like to introduce you to the Chairman of the Board of Governors of the St. John's Educational Trust, Mr. Richard Honey. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, everyone. It is my great pleasure to welcome you here on behalf of the St. John's Educational Trust as we mark 70 years of the Trust and 40 years of St. John's College. Tonight, we are reminded that education is so much more than just in a classroom. Some of the most important things our young people learn are learned elsewhere. Like right here, standing shoulder to shoulder, instrument in hand, daring to perform in front of all of us. By the end of this evening, I hope that we will all appreciate this part of education a little bit more. We are honored to share the stage today with 11 groups of talented musicians drawn from schools right across our community. To every individual performer, thank you for your courage, your discipline, and your willingness to share your gifts with us. A performance like this rests on hours of practice, rehearsal, coordination, and quiet dedication from the performers and indeed the music staff who guide them. Here in Zimbabwe, no child is raised by one home, or indeed one school alone. It takes a whole community, schools and teachers, parents and wider families, all walking this journey together. In Shona, there's a phrase for this. Munu, munu, muvanu. A person is a person through other persons. Or simply put, we are because you are. That is what we celebrate and live out before you tonight, alongside our peer schools, our partners, and our friends. Our trust does not stand alone. We are one of a member of wider schools, a family of schools in this country, and we are much stronger for it. Thank you for joining us so that in celebrating this evening, we can celebrate you. Finally, an evening like this does not simply happen. There's huge work behind the scenes, so to all those unseen, essential participants working in the shadows, both here and elsewhere, who have made this event possible, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now please keep warm, sit back, relax, and enjoy what promises to be a wonderful evening of music.
Thanks. Thank you to Mr. Honey, Chairman of the Board of Governors of the St. John's Educational Trust. I'd like to introduce you now to my fellow Masters of Ceremony here on the stage this evening, James Manning, who is the head boy of St. John's College, and the two deputy head boys, Tinai Chiro and Luca Spagnolo. Let's welcome them on stage, folks. James.
A tattoo is a musical event that include variety and movement. It has been conceptualized and arranged by the Director of Music of St. John's College, Mr. Jonathan Kalonga. We hope that you will enjoy the first tattoo.
We thank the schools that are performing in the tattoo this year: St. John's College, St. John's Prep School, the Dominican Convent, Nati College, Goromonzi High, Churchill School, Arundel School, Eaglesville, and lastly, Watershed College.
Our next performance is a feature of many pipe band concerts from across the world. It is known as a drummer's call or drum corps, and was originally used to summon or assemble all the musicians in a camp to signal the start of routines like a troop, a retreat, or a tattoo. Tonight, I present our St. John's College Drum Corps playing Tricksticks.
Ladies and gentlemen, the drummers call from the drummers of the St. John's College Pipes and Drums.
Thank you to our award-winning drum corps. Our next performance is from the Combined Orchestra. This year is the 45th anniversary of one of the greatest sporting films in history, the Oscar-winning Chariots of Fire. Its theme music, created by Vangelis Papathanasu, is a piece commonly used to summon courage, sportsmanship, and pride. This will be their performance piece. The conductor of the orchestra is Miss Tia Nyamuda, the director of music at Arundel School.
We welcome on stage Ms. Tia Nyamuda. Ladies and gentlemen, the combined orchestra in this year's tattoo, Chariots of Fire.
As we thank our orchestra, we move to the performance of the Wind Band, trained and conducted by Mr. Akbar Chabanai. While they set up, we would like to draw your attention to our kind and generous sponsors whose input has made this event possible. St. John's Educational Trust, Expacare, Lab Partners, Hungry Panda Grill Shack, Canova, Sinopec, Mr. Raymond Mutaza, Mr. Nathaniel Zamani. And now, the Wind Band will play a tribute to the music of Michael Jackson, featuring some of his best-known songs as arranged by legendary Japanese composer Nairo Awai.
Thank you, James. And as the orchestra moves off, the Wind Band gets into position. And while they get into position, let us remind you that at the rear of the performance area, there are a number of service providers who have food and drink to keep you occupied this evening. Please avail yourselves of those services. For those who are looking for the facilities, they are on the left-hand side of the stage. Through the trees, you will see the various facilities, and they are for your convenience this evening. Once again, we'd like to thank all the sponsors who have made this event possible. And once again, you will see their logos up on the screen this evening. Can we give them one more round of applause? The Wind Band with their performance of music from Michael Jackson and featuring 3 of his most popular songs. Ladies and gentlemen, we now welcome on stage Malcolm Lake, who is Director of Expacare. Expacare is a key sponsor of this year's tattoo. Expacare is also the key sponsor of the St. John's College Pipe Band. And you will recall that the Pipe Band has in recent years attended the World Piping Championships in Glasgow, Scotland, in no fewer than 4 occasions, and in the last 2 occasions has won major awards. Recently, at their most recent performance last year, the band was named winner in its category in the World Piping Championships against 24 other performers from around the world. So well done, world champions, St. John's College Pipe Band. Mr. Malcolm Lake.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Malcolm Lake. I am pleased to address you today on behalf of Expacare and Health International. Our organization is proud to be a title sponsor of the St. John's Educational Trust and the St. John's College Pipe Band, and we are thrilled to be sponsoring tonight's inaugural St. John's Tattoo. I do not intend to speak for long, and I, like all of you, look forward to resuming what has so far been an exceptional display of musical talent and dedication. I am nevertheless grateful for the opportunity to say a few words. I would like to start by thanking Mr. Richard Honey, Chairman of the St. John's Educational Trust, and Headmaster of the College, Cavalier Corrado Trinci, for having us all here today. Our long-standing relationship with the Trust, and indeed the College, is something we at Expacare and Health International are very proud of, and today is yet another wonderful milestone in our journey together. I have witnessed over many years, first as a student of both the college and the prep, now a proud old boy and sponsor, the excellence of the St. John's College Pipe Band, both at home and abroad. As has just been mentioned, we have seen them become world champions and consistently receive awards and recognition regionally and internationally. The members of the band have been, in many ways, ambassadors and flag bearers, not only for the college and the trust, but also for our community and for our country. This is undoubtedly an exceptional status to achieve. However, what tonight highlights is how important the band is within our community and the literal stage it provides for other musical disciplines and genres, many of which are on show today. Tonight's tattoo allows us to reflect on how lucky we are to live in a community that champions music in all forms. It allows us to pause and appreciate the presence of music in our community, something we may otherwise take for granted. Finally, it gives us the opportunity to recognize people and organizations like the Trust, as well as all other schools represented here today, who provide a platform for young men and women to be exposed to a wide range of musical outlets that in themselves create opportunities and experiences far beyond normal expectation. Tonight's tattoo truly is, as it is in Edinburgh and Belfast, a celebration of music, culture, and community, and we are exceptionally proud to play a very small part in that. Before I go, or indeed break into song myself, I would like to end by acknowledging Jonathan Kalonga and his team, who have made tonight possible. Jonathan, congratulations to you and your team on another fantastic event. Thank you. I reiterate what I have been saying for years and will continue saying for years to come. Your passion and dedication to the pipe band and indeed musical excellence in this community cannot be underestimated, and it most certainly doesn't go unnoticed. Expacare are very proud to be associated with you and your team, and we look forward to supporting you as you continue to spread the joy of music in all its forms in our community and beyond, whilst providing unique and impactful opportunities to your students. Thank you to you and all the musicians here today for your long hours, dedication to your respective crafts, and thank you for sharing them with us. It is appropriate, therefore, I think, that I close by bidding you all a good evening. Thank you for being here, and I would ask that you all put your hands together for Jonathan Kalonga and everyone at St. John's College who has made tonight a possibility. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Malcolm Lake. As he goes off, thank you for joining us, and thank you for all of your work you've done to make sure this happens. Ladies and gentlemen, we've talked about the St. John's College Pipe Band. They're joined by pipers and drummers from other schools tonight to form a combined pipes and drums. We welcome them back now for their second performance, and what they're going to be performing as they come on now is a medley of numbers which were performed last year at the 2025 Belfast International Tattoo, to which St. John's College Pipe Band was invited when they were at the World Piping Championships. So let's welcome back the pipes and drums. Ladies and gentlemen, the pipes and drums of the 2026 tattoo. And now an introduction from Tinai Chiro.
Thank you to the pipes and drums for that performance. The contingent in the pipes and drums includes pipers and drummers of Nutty College, Churchill School, and the award-winning St. John's College Pipe Band. We would like to thank the event organizing committee for this tattoo, led by Mr. Kalonga. They are Mr. Kamwaza, Mr. Chabina, Mr. Gumbo, Mr. Mchongwe, Mr. Mnyurwa, Miss Maombe, Mrs. Siga, Miss Bowie, Mr. Chamanga, Miss Nyamuda, Mr. and Mrs. Mberi, Miss Lee, Miss Liu, Mr. Gwatizo, Miss Vickery, Miss Ndoro, Mrs. Filer, and also staff from Expacare, and this includes Mrs. Brown, Mrs. Purse, Mrs. Chadwick, and to all the staff, children, and parents for participating in these schools. It's now time for some jazz, as we present the combined jazz trained and conducted by Mr. Tafara Gumbo and Mr. Shingi Chamunga. They will perform Uptown Funk and, apologies if I pronounce this wrong, a Jimmy Gludlu melody.
One, two.
Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them good girls, straight masterpieces. Styling, wildin', wildin', living it up in the city. Got chains on with Saint Laurent, gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. Too hot, hot damn. The police and the fireman, I'm too hot, hot damn. Dragon wanna retire, man, I'm too hot, hot damn. Say my name, you know who I am, too hot, hot damn. I'm feeling about that when you break it down. Girls, itch, hallelujah. Girls, itch, hallelujah. Girls, itch, hallelujah. 'Cause Uptown Funk gon' give it to you. 'Cause Uptown Funk gon' give it to you. 'Cause Uptown Funk gon' give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't show up. Smooth and a fresh jar skippy. Too hot, hot damn. Police. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 hey.
Now before we leave, I'd like to invite everyone to just stand up and have a little dance. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Okay. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up.
I can hear you.
Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, clap your hands. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up.
I said,
Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up.
let's go.
Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up.
One more time.
Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up.
Said, uptown, funk you up.
Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up.
Let's go. Girls, it's your hallelujah. Girls, it's your hallelujah. Girls, it's your hallelujah. 'Cause uptown funk gon' give it to you. 'Cause uptown funk gon' give it to you. 'Cause uptown funk gon' give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 hey.
Mine, Primrose is mine. Princess had mine. Ladies and gentlemen, the jazz band.
Thank you to the jazz band for those electric and energetic performances I know we all loved. We now welcome the Marimba Ensemble, trained and conducted by the well-known Mr. Terry Gwatidzo. They will perform Ma Off, composed by Mr. Gwatidzo himself, and a traditional Shona piece, Pamuromo Paharuna.
Ladies and gentlemen, one thing we know about this performance from the marimbas is that you will want to dance, and you're most welcome to. On this chilly night, you can warm yourselves up by dancing right where you are, seated or standing. Ladies and gentlemen, the marimbas, led by the one and only Terry Gwatidzo. What a great performance from the marimbas.
Thank you to the Marimba Ensemble for another 2 vibrant pieces of music, lightening up the evening entertainment. As you can now see, we have our combined choir on stage, conducted by Mrs. Nicola Seeger. She is the head of culture of St. John's Prep, accompanied by Mrs. Cara Bowie, a music teacher at the Prep as well. They came on with Pa Muromo Pa Aruna, and they'll also sing You're the Voice by Keith Reid, arranged by Kirby Shaw.
Thank you to the combined choir under the conductorship of Nicola Seeger, and thank you to the accompanist Cara Bowie. We would like to welcome up on stage now to say a few words the headmaster of St. John's College, Cavaliere Corrado Trinci. Ladies and gentlemen, while he's coming on, the one thing that I always notice when coming to performances involving schools is we are very fortunate here in Zimbabwe to have such a wealth and depth of talent at all levels, the teachers and particularly among young Zimbabweans, all of whom seem to have been blessed with amazing musical talent. Well done to them all. Cavalieri Trinci.
Thank you, Mr. Higgins, and good evening to you all, and welcome to the Trust and to the College for a very special evening tonight, a 40th anniversary for the College of a festival of music and sound. And let me tell you, this rivals anything that we could get or see or witness anywhere in the world today. It's made very special tonight under the full moon, and despite the fact that it's winter, it is cool, but it is not icy cold or damp or wet as in many parts overseas. So we're very blessed because this venue at home here in Zimbabwe is in fact the best. Please bear with me for important thanks. This evening, as you can see, is a massive event. I walked in earlier and I was blown away by the setting, the stage, the facilities. It really is quite an extraordinary event. And so I'm just going to echo the words and thanks of some of my the predecessor speakers, but it is important that we do so and pay tribute to the people that have worked extremely hard for this evening's performance. First of all, thanks to our board members, my colleagues, Ms. Harvey, the college management, for all their support for the prep school. And I want to welcome Mr. Majunga. He's the headmaster of Churchill. He's sitting next to me up at the top there. And special welcome to him and the other heads. The participating schools, as you know, as parents, the second term is incredibly busy. There are numerous events every weekend, sport and culture and exams, and yet we have all these schools that have given of their time and many, many hours to come and celebrate with us our 40th year at the college and 70th year at the prep. And we're really very, very grateful. I don't know how they could fit in all these rehearsals, but they did, and they gave us all a splendid performance. It's great collegiality and schools working together. It is really wonderful to see. Thank you again to our sponsors. Our primary sponsor, Expacare, Hungry Panda, Sinopec, Canova, Lab Partners, Clinical Laboratories, our parents, staff, and students for all their contributions and support, and of course our musicians for their outstanding performances. And the audience members, thank you for coming out. I know it's a Sunday, it's a family event, it's a family day, and you've turned out in large numbers. So thank you very, very much for your support. It's a special evening for all of us. To my colleague heads, a word of thanks for allowing their students to come and celebrate with us. Our service providers, Divine Sounds, Rising Stars Media, Chicken Hut, Mtotwe, Hungry Panda, Simba Barista, Specialist Hire, and the Pipe Band parents for their services. The Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Stan Higgins, for expertly running the program. And I want to commend Mr. Higgins for his very appropriate bow tie in green. Thank you very much, Mr. Higgins. The conductors for their leadership and their rehearsal time in guiding the musicians. And I really want to mention them all. The orchestra, Mr. Nyamuda, Mr. Ndoro, Mr. Chabina, Mr. Gumbo, Mr. Chamanga, Mr. Guatizo, Mrs. Siga and Mrs. Bowie, Mr. Muchongwe, Mr. Kamwaza, and of course, Mr. Kalonga. For our catering, Jane Filer, thank you very, very much indeed. The setup support, Mr. Olivier, and his support staff, and the environmental club. You've seen college boys walking around and keeping the venue clean this evening. The planning and events operations, the staff and parents involved in the planning and the running of today's event. There are indeed many behind the scenes. But to one man in particular, I want to pay tribute, and it's been mentioned before, but we can say it again. It's Jonathan Kalonga, our Director of Culture here. It was his vision, and the vision has turned into reality. Well done, Mr. Kalonga, and thank you. To everyone here, thank you for coming. Thank you for celebrating a special year for the Trust, and we wait for the final performance. Travel safely home this evening. Thank you very much, one and all. Dominus Pauster.
Thank you to Cavaliere Trinci for those words. And as he said, we're about to see our finale. I'd like to ask back on stage our three co-MCs, James Manning, who is the head boy of St. John's College, as well as the two deputy head boys, Tinai Chiro and Luca Spagnolo. Thank you for being on stage, guys, this evening. Before we go on with our tattoo this evening, with our final performance, we'd like once again just to say thank you to people and organizations who've made it possible. I don't think we can say this enough in any event. James.
First of all, we would like to thank our generous sponsors once again. They've been on the screen tonight. We're going to start with St. John's Educational Trust, Expacare, Lab Partners, Hungry Panda Grill Shack, Kenova, Sinopec, Mr. Raymond Mutadza, Mr. Nathaniel Zamani.
We also thank the organizers, the service providers, the support teams, and the participating schools, staff of these schools, and of course, all the students and parents who made today possible.
And most of all, we'd like to thank all of you who have come out on this chilly winter evening to join us for the inaugural St. John's Educational Trust tattoo.
And I'd like to thank these three young men, James Manning, Tinai Chiro, and Luca Spagnolo, for doing a wonderful job. Well done, guys, this evening.
And before we go, I would also like to thank Mr. Stan Higgins. We couldn't have done it without him tonight, and he really did a good job. Thank you.
Right, just to close our tattoo for 2026, and we hope it's the beginning of an annual event that you'll all come to year after year after year. We have a final performance by the combined pipes and drums. And this, of course, includes the world award-winning St. John's College Pipe Band, as well as the pipers and drummers from Churchill School and Natty College. Wonderful also among that number to see some of the young ladies playing in the band this evening. They're going to perform three numbers here: Black Bear, Scotland the Brave, and Cock of the North. A very Scots theme to end our tattoo this evening. Let's welcome them back on the pipes and drums of Tattoo 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, worth mentioning that that is the largest gathering of pipers and drummers seen in this country for nearly 50 years. An amazing achievement. Well done, Jonathan Kalonga. We say farewell to the pipes and drums, and we say farewell to all of you. Please go home safely. Thank you. Good night to you all, and let's see you back in 2027. Thank you.
Should we in the back now? It's okay, right?